Hey there, and thank you for joining me on the Retro Game Couch. And in today's video we're going to check out the PXP3 16-bit digital pocket system, which is a handheld Sega Genesis / Megadrive, wherever you are in the world. And we're going to check it out in this video, and we're going to do a little hardware mod which involves a little bit of soldering to improve this little console. So let's go! So here is the PXP3. I bought this off AliExpress for 18 euros. It's been for sale for years actually. And I just recently picked this up. The box is very confusing as always. It shows Sonic, which is legit, but it also shows some kind of Gears of War type gameplay. It shows something that looks like FIFA, which is kind of weird. Shaun the Sheep. It's all really confusing. It also says somewhere that you can play games that you already own. I thought I saw that here. Play all the PXP3 Slim Station color games you already own. It shows Dragon Ball Z. That's all not on here, obviously. Let's check out what's inside. A manual showing Mario, which is also not a Sega game. The last time I checked. Just gonna toss everything out. A game cartridge which says 999,666 in one, again showing Mario. And here is another one which is 900,000 in one. It's a Game Boy Advance SP battery, as far as I can tell. Yeah, so this is the exact same battery. So we can toss this in here. So that's nice. It's not a proprietary battery. We get a charging cable, an AV cable, which is always too short to play on a television. And then for the start of the show, the PXP3 itself, which is of course a total rip-off of a PlayStation Portable. I think it has a little, yep. Here's my actual listing. As you can see, 18 euros, and it says 3-in 16-bit PXP3 game console LCD screen, portable 4K HD game console, 100 plus games, handheld gaming device, children birthday gift. All the buzzwords are in the title. It's obviously not HD or 4K or 3-inch for that matter. Alright, let's take a look at the device. So it has a D-pad on the left, which feels really good actually. 4 buttons feel equally good. Reset, select and start. On the top is AV out and a charging port and our cartridge port. More on that in a bit. On the left is actually nothing. On the right is also nothing. On the bottom is the volume wheel and the on-off switch and a little charging LED. Now these come in different variations. I already had a different one which doesn't work, which is this bad boy. This has the volume wheel on the left. And on the bottom, this has nothing, and then the on and off switch is on the right. I don't know why they make variations of this. This one also says 8-bit Slim Station, which is not true. This plays 16-bit games, just like this one. So just be aware there are different versions, so the hardware mod that I'm going to do might differ on your version of your PXP3. So let's turn it on for the first time. So it says now 999,888 in one. So these are the built-in games. And if we move to the left, you can see there are actually 9,999,888 games. That's of course a big fat lie, because as soon as you start scrolling a few pages, games start to repeat itself. My guess is that there are between 100 and 150 games in this list, unique games. The screen is nice, I would say. It's a very decent screen. Viewing angles are not great, as you can see. You can see a backlight there on the top, but the backlight bleed isn't too bad. Let me turn down the light, check how it is in darker situations. It's not bad. The single speaker is of course a bit sad. I don't think this is where the sound comes from. I think it comes from the back, yeah. Most definitely. So that's very dumb because your hands are like this, so you're always blocking the speaker. Woo! Ow! These cartridges are of course meant to mimic the Game Boy Advance cartridges. And if we put these in, then we should get a different list of games. We do, and this is 900,000 in one. And then if we put the other one in, this was a problem that my other PXP3 had. It didn't detect the cartridges. If we put this in, it should present us with yet another list. Now, this is indeed different. So there are 3 lists. Now the kicker is, these cartridges don't actually contain games. If we open one of the cartridges, you can see a tiny PCB with 0 active components. And the only thing it does is bridge 2 contacts. So these game cartridges don't actually contain games, they just trigger a different list which is already present in the PXP3. Now the hardware hack that I want to do, which I found on the internet, I'm gonna link that in the description. With that hardware mod, we don't need these cartridges anymore. Alright, let's open it up and do the mod. To explain how these fake cartridges work, these are the 4 pins that are connected to the cartridge connector on the back. The 4th pin is ground. And this cartridge will pull pin 2 of the cartridge port to ground. So this is currently not connected. And if we insert the cartridge, pin 2 is now pulled to ground. So that is how the console knows which cartridge is inserted. The other cartridge that I have pulls pin 1 to ground, so I'm very curious to see what happens when you pull pin 3 to ground as well. So I'm going to solder a wire to this one just in case we discover some secret game list that nobody has ever discovered before. Now the hack is to have the start and select button pull pin 1 or 2 to ground. However, there isn't any place to solder. There is one for start right here, but for select there isn't anything to solder onto. Now I could scrape away some of the conductive material that is on here, but I think I'm going to deviate from that plan and use the buttons on the right side to select the games, so A and B. So let's see if the mod worked. If we start it up normally, we get Zuma bubbles on top. That's the first game. If we press X and then reset, we get Sonic Spinball, so that's a different list. If we press square, reset, we get Earthworm Jim 2 and maybe our secret game list. Ah, sadly no. So the 3rd pin does nothing. So we successfully hacked the PXP3 to no longer need these fake cartridges. We can just unlock all the game lists on the console itself, and now I can play 16-bit Sega games on the go. I'm going to toss this into my working bag and have a lot of fun with it. I really like this device. You can get it on AliExpress for about 18 euros, and yeah, I highly recommend it. It's really a really fun device. So for now, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Most of you who are watching aren't subscribed. There's a little graph here. And maybe you can consider becoming a patron. That helps out the channel a lot. I can buy cool stuff like this and show it to you. And for now, I hope to see you next time on the Retro Game Couch.